reputation and a history of something dynamic happening during that month, right? In the stock market? Well, here we are, baby, and some stuff has happened. This video coming at you on a Thursday night for trading Friday, that's Rocktober 6th, 2023, is video number 2647. Traders, please remember, trading is a risky endeavor. Never trade without stops. Put your protective stops in first before you begin trading. A stop is absolutely your best friend. Let's get moving. What should happen for 10/6/2023? Well, right off the bat, I'm going to say it's the long term and the short term of it. We're going to talk about short term and long term in this video. Short term, meaning day to day. We're short term day traders, so we get in today, we're out by the close. Maybe we're bullish tomorrow, maybe we're bearish. That's called day trading. Short term, day to day trading, the OMNI remains a seller of rallies. To my surprise, when the market closed today, I was like, all right, we're getting a buy signal. I can't wait to see OMNI. I was like, stay together, you two, stay together. I'm like so happy, right? And then I run my OMNI analysis. It's going to be a seller of rallies again on Friday. So I was expecting a green OMNI and a green arrow, but you know what I don't do? I never interfere with the OMNI arrow. OMNI says, Oscar, continue selling rallies. I will do that until we get stopped out. So that's for trading on Friday. Longer term, traders, I did a Metastock webinar last month. In that webinar, I said, don't fret, kids. We're going to drop, but I've got this mapped out. And I showed you a series of charts, and I said, look, the bond chart, we're trading at 119. The bond chart is going to drop to 109. And crude is likely going to run up to 93.50. And this is all in the webinar, and I'll leave the link to that webinar under this video when we're done. And I said, because of these two things, the stock market has to adjust. It must. It must adjust. Stock market was trading around 45.65. It's come down to the 42 zone since. It has adjusted. Crude rallied all the way to 93.5, got to 94.5, maybe 95, and has cracked all the way back down to 84. Bonds hit that 109 target, rallied back up. They're 112 right now. S&P went down, hit a spot where I mapped out for you in that last webinar, and we've hit that spot. And I think it will gain legs here. So we've got the short term. OMNI says, Oscar, you're staying with selling rallies, and that's it. Even if I cry tomorrow, I'm selling rallies. But slightly longer term, I've got great charts I want to show you right now. Well, in a moment or two, I want to show you some great charts that will depict where bonds were, where they went to, why it looks like it's bottoming, where crude was, where it is now, why it looks like the stock market should bottom based on all of that. Again, all of this was mapped out in a webinar for Metastock last month, and the link for that webinar, so you can watch it in its entirety, will be below this video. And if you do watch it, you'll see everything that we're talking about, and you'll see that the markets did reach those levels, which means we should now find some support. Doesn't mean tomorrow the market goes up. Down here, the S&P should start finding support based on everything you're about to see in this video. OMNI campers, get ready, OMNI campers. Hey, I sent all of you an email this evening. Make sure you acknowledge that email so I know you received it. You need no supplies. Don't forget, you need to bring nothing with you, just the desire to be a fantastic analyst when you leave Las Vegas. So OMNI campers, next week I will see you Thursday evening. Make sure you get in on time for dinner and a good night's sleep. You will love what happens to you next. With that in mind, if you don't mind, please watch this quick commercial and we'll be right back.
Are you drowning in data, tied in trading knots, baffled by the bulls and the bears of the market? You're not alone, and it's not your fault. The world of trading can be overwhelming, but there's a path to clarity. Introducing OmniCamp. We believe in empowering traders like you with the skills and confidence to navigate the markets. Join Oscar Carboni for 4 transformative days. It's not just about techniques, it's about building a trading mindset that lasts. With 42 years of Wall Street experience, Oscar has designed OmniCamp to cut through the noise and give you the tools to trade with confidence. Don't let the markets control you. Take control of your future today. Limited seats are available. Apply now at omnibootcamp.com and let us guide you to trading success.
Okay, traders, that will happen to you if you come out to camp. I promise you, I will help you dramatically learn how to read these charts, which will help you become a much better trader. The problem is, camp is next week, and I don't have another one scheduled, kids, sorry. So, send in applications. One day I'll figure out when I have time to do another camp, but there will be one next week, and I'm excited for you campers. All right, traders, now, with no further ado, except for one little piece of information, we're going to go look at some charts. That information is this: keep your damn emotions out of making trading decisions. I promise you, you will be much better off. With that in mind, say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, especially when you're in a trade. And then after that, we'll go check out some charts. Are you with me? 1, 2, 3. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll, traders. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's go look at some charts. Okay, traders, first of all, the short-term, day-to-day trading, what we're going to do on Friday. Well, for E-mini S&P, the OMNI says you got to stay short. And look, we're underneath this 200-bar moving average for a couple of days now. Maybe tomorrow's report's going to send us lower. I know my stop's going in first just in case we go up. Personally, I was bullish. I believe in OMNI, though. OMNI says sell, we will sell. Stop goes in first. We will sell rallies in E-mini S&P. You had the big head and shoulders. That actually worked. The market came down into a bear flag. The bear flag worked. Now you are below the 200-bar moving average, and OMNI says sell the rallies at least to start off for trading on Friday. In your NASDAQ, no different. NASDAQ's in a strange looking but still valid bear flag with a lot of room to bounce in between. A lot of room to bounce in between and stay inside this flag. So no crazy bullish signal just yet. Now let's move out, traders. Let's go out to the longer term and what we discussed in that webinar for Metastock last month. 30-year bonds were sitting up here around 119, 120, and I basically said we are going to now drop to 109 according to the chart work that I've done, the analysis. And if we drop to 109, it's going to jack up rates, and that will make the stock market have to adjust. When rates go up, and by the way, Jerome Powell does not have to say a word. If the bond market goes down, rates go up automatically. That is how it works. Well, here's where we were, and 109 was so low, it was lower than the page, so I couldn't put it on there. I just put it here. And bonds dropped all the way down to 109.20. Kids, right there, smacks into 109.20, rallies up, and then puts in another day a little higher. So bonds did reach their mark, and the stock market will have to adjust for that. We'll get to those charts. The Dow Jones Transportation Average. This is what I told you was going to happen. Right when we were at 119 in bonds and I said we'd go to 109, that will cause this to adjust. And I said, I've got this mapped out. Kids, don't get nervous. It's only going to come down to here. And I showed you this chart and I said, look, it catches support here every time. It caught it again here. It caught it here. It caught it here. It will catch support here. Just let it get down there. This is where we were the night of that webinar, and that is what happened, kids. Look at that. It went right to the spot, almost as if it was scripted, and it started to bounce today. Didn't you notice that little bounce that we seen on Thursday? So it came right to that spot, and I think that's fantastic. Even if it goes through a little, this is the area where we should start to find support. Right? That's what happens. Unless this doesn't work, then we stop calling it support. It is support until something different happens. Crude oil, same thing. This very chart was in that same webinar. I crossed off some things in it that we used in the webinar before the last webinar and said, okay, this is no longer valid. This is no longer valid. Here's what's valid now in our last webinar last month. I said crude is sitting here. It's sitting at about 87. And it's probably going to race up to 93.50, and staying below 93.50 is key. It must do that to recover the stock market. Okay, that was in the webinar. You can go watch the webinar if you click the link below. Well, this is where it was. That is what happened, kids. It went right up to that spot, 93.50, got above for one day, and tanked. You know where we're trading now? 84.50. That thing tanked. So that was perfect. Now, these two things happening, by the way, I just want to blow this up for you just a little bit. This is what happened in Crude. Bigger chart, same exact chart. We were sitting here. We knew that if it got above 93.50, it would be an issue. And it went up to 93.50, got a little above it, right? Look at that. I just wanted you to see a better picture. And look at the drop so far. Now, this is going to help the stock market go back into a recovery. And we're back to this chart again. So if what I told you, bonds should drop to 109, crude should go to 93.50, that should make the stock market adjust. Bonds hit 109.20, crude went to 93.50, the stock market did adjust right to my spot. What could be wrong about this scenario, kids? It's a perfect scenario, right? From here, you should find support. Let's just take a look and blow that up for you. It's the exact same chart. Just want to show you how close we came to the average and the support right there. Not bad, huh? So the long term of it is, kids, we might be finding legs down here. The short term of it is, I have to sell rallies tomorrow because that's what OMNI wants me to do for day trading. I hope this helps. Let's keep an eye on that. It was mapped out. It worked exactly as it should. Talk about a testament to technical analysis, huh, kids? There is nothing better on this planet. There is no better roadmap to technical analysis than a daily chart. That is your ticket. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you all at livewithoscar.com. Make sure you subscribe to these videos.